Good morning, students. Now let us move on to the next part of the sound chapter. We will start here with music and noise. You all know that how the sound of music comes to our ears. That seems to be very pleasant, soothing to our ears. And sometimes the horns of the vehicles in a traffic or the loud music itself that creates an unpleasant effect on our ears. So that is known as noise. So whenever there is the regular vibrations, like if there is no sudden change with the amplitude or number of frequencies, that will give a musical note or musical sound. And if there is irregular vibrations, sudden change in the amplitude and again fall down and again number of frequency will increase, there is a change, that will create uneven or irregular vibration that will cause noise. So that is the difference between noise and music. So the main differences between musical sound and noise, that as I told, musical sound gives us on our ears a pleasant effect, whereas noise gives a irritating or unpleasant effect. Regular vibrations during musical sound, the waves are regular, no sudden change in the amplitude and frequency, the waveform is regular. Whereas in case of a noise, and suddenly the vibrations and frequency will change, irregular waveform and irregular number of vibrations will be there. These are the main differences between musical sound and noise. Moving on to the next heading, that is about musical instruments. Some of you must be using or playing musical instruments, some of the musical instruments like piano, guitar, flute and all, tabla. So on the basis of that, the musical instruments again produces music by the vibration of either air, strings or stretched membrane. So on the basis of that, the musical instruments are divided into three main divisions. Wind instruments is vibration of air, string instruments vibration of strings, and stretched membrane, that is the percussion instruments, that is the vibration of the stretched membrane. Moving on to the first type, like the examples of flute, sehnai, saxophone or trumpet, all these are examples of wind instruments, because whenever the wind is being blown through the pipe, there is a vibration of air column through the pipe. Like in case of a flute, there are some holes present and the player will put his fingers over the holes so that there will be flow of air or vibration of air column through the pipe, hollow part of the pipe. That will create, because of that vibration of the air column, that will create musical notes, and that thus in wind instruments the music is being created. Moving on to the next type of instruments, musical instrument, that is string instruments like guitar, sitar, violin and all. Those are string instruments, as the music is being produced by the vibration of string. Here two factors are important which produces different sounds of music with different musical instrument, different string instruments. That is the thickness of each string. There are many strings, if you have seen, there are many strings in a particular instrument. Some are thick, some are thin, and the length of the vibrating strings also can be altered or changed by the player, the music player. So that means the string instrument produced music that is based on the thickness and the length of the string, and the vibration produced or by the string, that will produce the musical sound in string instruments. Moving on to the next type of instrument, that is percussion instrument, and here the music is being, or the sound is produced, the sound waves being produced by striking or shaking the membrane. That is like dholak and tabla. Here there is a stretched membrane on which, when there is a tapping is being done or force is being applied on the membrane, that will produce vibration of this membrane and produces sound. Now these percussion instruments are categorized into two types: pitched instrument and unpitched instruments. In pitched instruments, under this category, where the number of pitch or the frequency being produced is fixed, so it produces musical notes. Whereas unpitched instruments, the number of frequency, means number of waves being formed, is not definite. So the rhythm is irrespective of the song's harmony. For example, cymbals, drums, snare drums and all. So this will not produce the even number, definite number of pitch in an unpitched instruments. There is one another category of reed instrument is there. That is reed instrument like harmonium and mouth organ. There also, when air is being blown inside or the reed are being pressed, the air present inside the air column, the vacant empty space, that will vibrate and produces the music. That is a type of reed instrument. Moving on to the next heading, that is monotone. You must have heard or experienced sometime that the speaker is speaking in a same tone. No ups, no downs. That means there is no change in the amplitude, no change in the frequency, no change in the speed of talking, with the same monotonous, same tone the person is speaking. That is known as monotone, where there is no ups and downs, no change in the pitch, frequency, amplitude, loudness, timbre or speed. So that seems to be very boring when a person speaks in a monotone without any change, without any ups and downs. Now we will discuss about unit of loudness, that is in decibel, that we used to write as small d, capital B. Like human audibility range, as I told, that is in terms of frequency 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz or 20,000 hertz, and in terms of decibel it is 10 decibel to 180 decibel, and that differs, and if it is above 80 decibel then it creates an irritating and unpleasant effect on our ears. Means that can affect the, not only the ears, that can be harmful for our eardrums as well as for our heart and brain as well. Means that is not at all good, that will create harmful effect on our body. So human ear can pick till from 10 decibel to 180 decibel, but above 80 will create harmful effects on us. Different sources of sound or that will create different decibel level of sound, like rustling of leaves, as this is very slow, low loudness, so decibel will be very less. Gradually it will increase, and for it is the most for the jet aircrafts, that is 130 to 140 decibel, and that sound is not at all good for our ears. So the sounds, that the loudness of the sound that will create above 80 decibel will be harmful for us.